The stress tests are conducted by the U.S. Treasury Department. Their goal is to figure out how the 19 biggest U.S. banks would fare if the recession deepened. Now regulators are saying Bank of America, the biggest U.S. bank, will need another $34 billion to survive such a downturn. Bank of America has already received $45 billion in capital from the federal government. Citigroup will also need more capital, perhaps $5 to $10 billion, and there are whispers that Wells Fargo Bank may need a helping hand as well. How will the banks get this money? They can either borrow it from private investors or from the $110 billion still remaining in the pot from the Troubled Asset Relief Program. Paige Kollock, FM Fear News, New York. Paige Kollock, Radio New Zealand News, New York. Paige Kollock, SRN News, New York. Paige Kollock, Australian Independent Radio News, New York. Paige Kollock in New York for GBN News. I'm Paige Kollock in New York for Vatican Radio. I'm Paige Kollock in New York for Voice of Nigeria. This is Paige Kollock in New York reporting for ZIZ News. For Radio Silly News, I'm Paige Kollock in New York. Paige Kollock, New York.
Some renewed confidence sends the Dow Jones over the 8,000-point mark for the first time in 2 months. We'll have more details coming up. Well, for the first time in 2 months, the Dow Jones Industrial Average climbed past the 8,000-point mark, although it finished just short of that at 7,978. Still, though, it was up nearly 3% or 216 points. The Nasdaq fared even better as the tech-heavy index rose 3.3%. Banking shares led the charge this session after regulators relaxed certain accounting rules called mark-to-market rules, which allow banks to not disclose the value of their assets right away. Goldman Sachs Group up 3.6%, Wells Fargo up 6%. Even regional banks like Fifth Third Bancorp benefited from the news.